And always leave your comments. I do read all your comments and stuff. And I love for you all to join me on the Lawyers and Podcast show. Well, tonight we're talking about Hollywood and the movies. We're also talking about the box office flops. And we're talking about the California wildfires and also, not to mention, the illegal immigrants. They're basically still in a crisis, afraid to, the parents is afraid to take their kids to school because of the raids that have been happening. Man, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to cash out me, you can so. Go ahead and do so at $ Lawyer Henderson 40. That's $ Lawyer Henderson 40 is also in the description. This helped boost the channel, helped me get the word out. ScrewTube got me on a double shallow ban. Okay. Yes, but ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to kind of freestyle this tonight. I hope basically everybody is having a wonderful and a productive night. And I didn't want to come on tonight, but I thought I'd come on basically because I haven't probably in 8 and 9 days. Every week, I try to do a video podcast live because I know I have a small audience, but I have a lot of audience that ScrewTube have not even recognized in the algorithm that watch my show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the podcast, man, interesting topics. We're talking about, man, the latest movies that Hollywood have been producing. And of course, I'm in this industry, but the latest movies have been flopping at the box office. Yeah, man, like people are not going to the movies like they used to, man. I mean, what's up with that? Are we now, because we are in situationships, okay, that relationships are not really real anymore in America? I guess, specifically in the Black community. I mean, what are we doing? Are we still going to the movies? But man, lately, man, I've been seeing some movies that have been crazy. They've been having certain types of, movies that was just flopping all over the place, and the movie studios don't know what to do. Okay. And what's the deal with California with these wildfires, man? I know that, this wildfires, this stuff happened before and stuff, and it's just basically crazy out here, man. It's just everything, of course, is going up as far as rent. And, I might be all over the place tonight because, like I do ask y'all to email me for the trending topics. So that's the reason why I'm all over the place, because y'all been emailing me some trending topics as far as talking about some stuff. Yeah, man, but these illegal immigrants, great. These illegal immigrants, man, they are scared to take their kids to school, man. Yeah, man, I read about that. I read about that they are snatching up the children or whatever. But these ICE raids basically got these they got them scared. And we were like, man, why is these illegal immigrants so scared, man? I mean, if you came over here the right way, you wouldn't be scared. And then they're really doing themselves a disservice by burning up the flag, man. They're down there in Texas. They were burning up the American flag, man. That's crazy, So you're not doing yourself a favor doing all that. But yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about all three of those topics. You're listening to the Lawyer Henderson podcast show. Thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check in with me, like I said, on email for the trending topics. Email your trending topics. And I've been getting some great trending topics that I would basically start announcing and then I will also do the shout out to those who send those trending topics. Now, the email to send it to is cinemacitypictures@gmail.com, and that is in the description. Okay. Thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. You're listening to the Lawyer Henderson podcast show. Yes, we're getting into this, man. Hey, so you remember in the 90s, man, where, let's say you were in your 20s and 30s or whatever, and you used to go to the movies. You used to have film studios like New Line Cinema, Miramax. You used to have, of course, Warner Brothers, and you didn't have your Lionsgates per se, and you basically felt good, taking your girlfriend or taking your boyfriend to the movies, and you were like, oh man, this was a great film, and then you often hear after that movie had made at least 30 to 50 million dollars. Sometimes even grossed over 75 million or 100 million. But now these studios are having problems, man. And it's like, what are they doing? And is Hollywood burning out? Is Hollywood crashing out? I had basically also got, as we were coming on through the feed, that Jim Crow Joe, who has this dementia, has signed up with CAA Talent Agency. I mean, I thought this man was going to go to the nursing home after he finished office. But yeah, he has signed up with the creative CAA. I forget the talent agencies, what CAA stand for. And I'm surprised he didn't sign up for William Morrison. But yeah, Jim Crow Joe is talking about he's trying to get into Hollywood with his old self, man. He needs to get somewhere and sit down. Now, you remember Obama, after they left office, they got into the industry as well, But yeah, but Joe Biden went and got him a talent agency. Now, this is crazy. Yeah, thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, man. We're talking about 3 different topics here tonight on the Lawyers and Podcast show. Leave in the comments as to what you think about the 3 trending topics. What y'all think about what's going on with the movie flops in Hollywood? That's number 1. Number 2, what's up with these wildfires, man? These wildfires in California, man. That's the second trending topic of the day, of the night. And then 3rd, man, about these illegal immigrants and these ICE raids. Now, they have had a protest. Well, I want to say, was it Monday, where they said at least 1,000 people showed up, where the Latinos and Hispanics or whatever, Mexicans and stuff, they did not go to work. This was supposed to be like a boycott or what have you, to protest the ICE raids. And I want to know, leave in the comments, did y'all think that was productive to do that? And then to go out to burn the flag, the American flag, is this productive for the illegal immigrants to do this? Write down in the comments what you think here. These are your 3 trending topics tonight. We'll be on our regular scheduled program, as you know, next week. A lot of you probably will leave because I'm not out here talking about these white folks. And that's what I typically do. We also have commentary coming up, the crisis of black male-female relationships, the single black female. We're going to definitely have that conversation. It's definitely underway. And of course, you basically is listening to the Lawyer Henderson podcast show. I'm saying shout out to everybody. Come on in. I see some people in the chat room. TTV, Zach RL, and Custom Tailored. What's up? Greg is in the house. Now, this one guy, said that he listened to me at night because he worked overnight. He's a truck driver, and he said he listened to the Lawyers and Podcast show. And I said, yes, 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 of course, of course. He also liked that I be going in on these white folks and their refusals to pay us our reparations. But yeah, I'm going to basically give these white folks a break tonight. Okay. And I know y'all are going, oh man, I wanted to hear you talk bad about these white folks. No, let me give these white folks a break tonight. Let me give these white folks a break tonight. I mean, I know that this is kind of late, and I know a lot of you are in bed getting ready to go to work tomorrow, and you're lying down in your bed and you're listening to the Lawyers and Podcast show, which is good now. Yeah, the Lawyer Henderson Podcast show is on tonight. We got 3 trending topics. And I have been telling you to email me your trending topics as well. And also left you the email address in the description every time that I go on. And then also with a small donation for helping us to grow the channel, you can always send us a cash app at $ Lawyer Henderson 40. And so that basically means that will help us to do more video essays and commentary tonight. So I'm basically waiting for more people to come in on the comments section. Just chime in as to what you think about the 3 trending topics that I got there for you. I will go over them once again. Tonight on the Lawyers and Podcast show, we're giving these white folks a break. Now, typically, I would be here going in on these white folks, but I am not today. And I know a lot of people are upset about that, and that's fine. That's fine. We will basically start our normal scheduled program next week, where we'll be going in on these white folks again. Said hi. Shout out to I guess that's how you pronounce your name there. The trending topics tonight is basically talking about Hollywood in crisis. The movie industry is in crisis. The movie studios basically are producing crap now. And these movie investors, they basically know that these movies are flop. And they're producing the same typical Hollywood movies and stuff. And these white folks, what they do is they sit all day and sit around in these boardrooms and farting up in their seats and thinking that they know what the public want to hear. And see on the big screen. And so that's why a lot of these movies are flopping. A lot of times, when you're a person, especially when you're in a relationship or you got children or whatever, you will want to take your family, your friends, your girlfriend, boyfriend to the theaters and watch a movie, And like I said earlier, you did that in the 90s, but now these movies are not really worth seeing anymore, even though the prices have went up on them, right? It's just like ridiculous, to waste your money on a lot of this stuff, man. And so what we've been basically seeing here is that there's a crisis in Hollywood. Something is going on, something is going wrong. I heard that some people were saying that they would like that Hollywood was so bankrupt and the studios are going bankrupt that they would like to move the industry altogether, to Las Vegas, Nevada. Did y'all hear about that? Basically moving the industry to Las Vegas, Nevada, man. Yeah, especially to get it out of California, because Gavin Newsom down there, he is screwing up every damn thing. He is bankrupting the state. There's already been 800,000 businesses and companies that have left the state and they have moved to Dallas, Texas, and other places. So yeah, man, Hollywood is really facing a problem, man. And actor Jim Carrey had announced that man, he was going broke as well. Like these celebrities are going broke, man, because they're not making money. And he said, well, I had to do this one film because, man, I needed the money. So even these celebrities, man, they're not getting jobs. So a lot of people in Hollywood is panicking right now. The crisis is real, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Lawyer Henderson podcast show. And I know that it is nighttime and a lot of y'all are in y'all bed listening to the Lawyer Henderson podcast show. Shout out to everybody. Custom Tailored in the building. Shout out to you. And TTV Zach RL is in the building. And we basically been talking about all of the three trending topics. Now, back to these wildfires, man. I'm thinking that somebody is setting these things. They basically, doing this. I think there's somebody in California woods that is basically actually setting these wildfires, man. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. And I know what we were supposed to talk about tonight. We were supposed to be talking about that airplane where they said that Trump had blamed DEI about the air crash, that happened. Yeah, we were supposed to be. A lot of people wanted me to talk about that, but I really didn't want to talk about it, because too many in the black media had already went over and discussed it, So I didn't want to basically bring that up. I know that's going to be like a separate type of hurt that these people, these kids and these folks died in this airplane because of that airplane crashing a hawk crashing into the airline. And let's be very clear. Trump is wrong about that. There was all white men that basically was a part of that tragedy. And that I think that they were saying that Trump actually fired the head of the FAA prior to coming into office. So that had nothing to do with DEI. That was all white men doing. Okay. And yes, white people don't want to admit that they are mediocre as well. That's the reason why you got a lot of white people coming from Europe, because Europe had dumped all of its mediocre white folks in America. Now, I know y'all thought that I was going to give these white folks a break tonight, but I had tricked you. I had tricked you. No, these white folks, these white men, basically that was in that airline. I mean, that was running the, how they, the control booth. They were all white. They had some white, they had a white woman that they brought, that they basically had. And she was, I think, transgender. And they blamed her. They's like, well, we couldn't find no black person to blame. So we're going to blame this transgender white woman. You know what I mean? Like, it was crazy what they were doing here in order to just blame somebody else instead of the white man who was basically at fault for this, because white men don't like to admit a lot of them are just mediocre, and we're talking about a lot of them running the country as well, which is why there's a mismanagement going on with the country as well. Okay. But yeah, man, it's crazy because, like I said, Jim Crow Joe, man, he basically, yeah, he trying to get an acting gig now. He done got him a talent agency and all that. Jim Crow Joe, I thought he got set down somewhere, man. Jim Crow Joe is crazy, man. Anyway, let's talk more about the raids, man. The raids are wow. The raids basically are going wow, man. Like the illegal immigrants, they don't want to send their kids to school. And shout out to Trace Henderson, my brother in the business. He said Trump fought. Well, yeah. Well, if he fired the head of the FAA, then maybe it is his fault. If a lot of these people that works for the FAA, they typically are skilled workers. You typically don't put a mediocre person under the control of these airplanes. So if he fired the head of the FAA and then fired certain types of people who knew what they were doing, then it could be. But also, Jim Crow, Joe Biden is responsible for Lincoln Riley's murder as well because of these illegal immigrants that I'm going in on tonight as well on the Lori Henderson podcast show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. So back to this topic about these illegal immigrants, man. These illegal immigrants are so bold and think that they have some right to be in the country that they basically is kind of like, going out here doing some crazy stuff. They are waving their hometown flag and then burning the American flag, right? Right? And then you got Hispanic women like Selena Gomez out here with this fake crying because ICE has been deporting these illegal immigrants. Okay. Now, if these illegal immigrants are going to disrespect, now I know America, of course, I'll be the first to tell you that I don't believe that America is a democracy, but I don't think that this is the right way to get the Republicans to think that you will want to come over to the country and work if you're basically it's going to show them that you're going to disgrace the American flag, man. That's really going to make these white conservatives mad, right? And so that's what the illegal immigrants are out here doing. They are out here desecrating the American flag, and you know that the white conservative, he doesn't like that. Yeah, man, the white conservative, man, once they see that image, those images of illegals or Hispanics or whoever, once they see that is a problem, I mean, that's something that they want to, use as an excuse to now booster up their, up to these ICE raids. That's what they're going to do. And now Trump had just basically got open Guantanamo Bay, or whatever it's called. I can't pronounce it. And now they're warehousing illegal immigrants there. Okay. So he got these illegal immigrants all heading to this particular camping site. And it's like, yeah, he is basically getting these illegal immigrants up out of here. Okay. And especially in Chicago, they was like, man, Chicago is a ghost town. And then you got black folks in Chicago that is actually helping Tom Homan and all these other folks identify these certain illegal immigrants. So the immigration problem or the illegal immigration problem is really, really, really tough right now, man. Yeah, these illegal immigrants basically is scared to take their kids to school. And they said, I want to say it's Texas or something where they said that ICE showed up at the schools and stuff and the churches. This ICE, they're not playing around, man. Oh man, they're not playing around. This is some crazy stuff, man. Yeah, I mean, I know that Trump was serious, but I didn't think that he was going to be this serious, And a lot of people was upset because Trump had won this second term. Let me tell you something. Kamala Harris was not going to do anything for us, for black folks. And we know that Trump is not going to do nothing for us either. But the problem is that when the conservative is in office, I like when the conservative in office because here's the thing. Everybody, every other group of people get that smoke. They do. The white conservative believe that this should be a white man and black man's country. Not all, but a significant amount of them. They like this country during the Jim Crow era. The white conservative is going to tell you how it is. And that's the reason why the white conservative is very important in politics. Now, of course, the white conservative is not on black people's side. Duh, we know that. And neither is the Democrats. But one thing about the white conservative, we can always count on the white conservative to basically be straight up with us. And that's exactly what we just basically want, especially on the black grassroots. See? Now, we've been talking about not only these illegal immigrants taking certain type of advantages and getting all these handouts from the Democratic. Remember, the Democrats had gave them a lot of money, and they were basically complaining about the American food, talking about, I don't want to eat this spaghetti. Remember that? Remember, they were inside the hotels and on the buses and dressing in new clothes and stuff. And Jim Crow Joe Biden was giving them a lot of, food stamps and an increased amount on the EBT cards and all that stuff. And there was one commentary, there was one guy on his commentary YouTube page said, yeah, the freeloading is over. Oh, man. But yeah, man, they said Chicago looked like a ghost town because now that Tom Homanos came in there and with the ice raids, it said, man, Chicago is like a ghost town, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're listening to the Lord Henderson podcast show. Leave your comments, like, share, and subscribe. Man, today we got 3 trending topics that we're doing tonight. We'll be back on our regular scheduled program next week talking about different, of course, going in on these white folks. But the 3 topics of the day, we're talking about the crisis in Hollywood. Why a lot of people are thinking that the movies that is being played in theaters are not worth going seeing, why they're flopping. We also talking about the California wildfires, and also, of course, talking about the illegal immigrants, okay, and how they're panicking, right? So yeah, back to Hollywood, man. And so, like I said earlier, they're trying to get Hollywood out of California because old Gavin Newsom. See, Gavin Newsom basically, he literally almost bankrupt California, and when he did that, trying to trick everybody, black people, into thinking that that he was going to sign a reparations bill and that he was for that. That's only to try to lure black people into, back to California so that he could basically say that he done something. So this could be used as a way of getting black people to vote for him and support him when he become president. Well, see, it didn't work because now that the Congressional Black Caucus was exposed, his Congressional Black Caucus, of course, was exposed. Now, of course, we know the Democrats were playing games and that Governor Gavin Newsom was not really serious about signing no reparations bill. You see, the white liberal is always in the business to deceit. And see, this is the reason why I like the white conservative, because the white conservative is going to tell you how it is. Malcolm taught us a long time ago that white conservative is very dirty. He is sneaky. And basically, he, will smile at you, but he is showing his teeth. Malcolm taught us this, you see. And Malcolm was not wrong. Okay? He was not wrong by a long shot. Now, like I said, thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments. And also, don't forget that we're going to be having more and more topics coming your way, especially next week, man. We got some great stuff for you next week. And we'll be talking. I got to get some, we got articles I have to pull from the email as well, man. And one question is that when I think about this 500 or 400-pound rapper that is suing Lyft because one of the drivers had denied her access to the vehicle because she was too big. I mean, I didn't want to get involved, but that woman knows that she was too big to get in that man's car. She knows that she was too big to get in that man's car. I don't know why she tried to sue that man, to sue Lyft. They know that the attorneys know that woman was too big, and that them wheels, the wheels of that car would be struggling. Yeah, I would have just rolled by her ass as well. I wouldn't basically pick her up. See what that is doing. By the attorneys suing Lyft, what that is doing, it is encouraging women with that kind of weight that is not nothing wrong with them being that obese. And that's exactly what that is basically entailing. That is really, really sick for these attorneys, these white attorneys, to be using this as a way to get money from Lyft based up on knowing that this black woman, this overweight woman, knowing that she couldn't fit in that man's car. Okay. And the appropriate procedure, even though he did it wrong, he should have said, well, this is because of safety reasons. Well, he shouldn't have held. Like I said earlier, I wouldn't even stop for the woman. If I say that this was I would just kept all damn driving. Big Shirley getting in my backseat. I'm like, oh, hell no. No, but we were supposed to be talking about that tonight, but I didn't get enough time to get the article. But man, that is unfortunate that Lyft have to basically be sued for that, because that woman know better. And like I said, they're condoning that weight. These attorneys, of course, these are ambulance chasers. They're just like any other attorney out here. They're like, Gloria Allred. Speaking of Gloria Allred, man, after the Puffy case, I'm all over the place, I know, tonight. But after the Puff Daddy case, you have not seen Gloria Allred out there. Okay. So I guess the reason why you're not seeing Gloria Allred out there is because after the Puff Daddy thing, I guess she had got enough clients. She got enough clients that could hold her into the next, scandal, so-called scandal, because all of these white men out here who is sexually assaulting women and people in Hollywood, they're not going to jail. They're not getting prosecuted. So, but we're waiting for the Gloria Allred to go after some of these white men, but she's not going to do that, because she knows who her masters is, Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking today on the Lawyers and Podcast Show. We are all over the place, I know that, but we have 3 different trending topics. And even the trending topics, so you can talk about even in the comment section. If you want something for me to talk about today, I mean, even during these trending topics, you're welcome to leave that in the comment section while we are live. We are live. We're talking about the crisis of Hollywood and how Hollywood is going bankrupt, that the distribution arm is becoming a huge dinosaur, just like the music industry. Also, we're talking, of course, about the California wildfires and what is going on with the wildfires and how that is affecting a lot of people, especially actors, man. Actors have came, and even regular people in California said that they had lost everything because of the California wildfires. And they had hired a lot of these damn female firefighters. And the one, and a lot of people are online calling the female firefighters useless because some of the residents had to try to fight their fires themselves, and women firefighters the women firefighters could control certain types of fires, and so and so the residents, the men residents, they were online. It was like, yeah, I did this and I did that to contain the fire. And they were asking them, like, well, where were the firefighters? They was like, well, they didn't really help. Now, women, if y'all going to be police officers, firefighters, first responders, y'all got to do more training. Y'all got to do a little bit risk taking. So y'all show up to the scene and want to be cute. Yeah, that white dude said, yeah, I actually practically did everything myself. Oh man, women firefighters, man, come on. Women police officers, EMTs, y'all are the first responders, man. Y'all supposed to be the ones that, do your job or whatever. Having the residents, especially the male residents, to assist and try to contain these wildfires. And y'all supposed to be the ones who have been hired to put these fires out. And y'all not, basically, y'all losing control here, women firefighters. Let's see what else trending topics that's coming in the email. I like this. Hold on. I forgot to talk about, let's see, what's this? Yeah, excuse me, thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Oh, I've already talked about that. Fat Joe stepping down for the BET Awards. I found. Was that an old tip? Okay, that's old, probably. Yeah. Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the three topics of the day: the crisis in the movie industry. We're also talking about the California wildfires, and we're talking about these illegal immigrants and how the ice raids are affecting these families, man. So I was basically going on Buford Highway, Buford Highway in Atlanta. That's where there's a lot of Hispanic and Latinos are, right? And I was going to it was a chicken place. Now it's a Hispanic chicken place. I forget the name of it, but it's real good, man. This place is good, man. And they don't hire nothing but Hispanic Latinos, but they make real good chicken. I don't know if they got this recipe from some black person, because that damn chicken is good, man. But no, as I was driving on Buford Highway, man, where these Mexicans and Latinos did, I didn't really, I kid you not, I didn't really see that many. I didn't really see that many out, though. You know what I'm saying? I said that, Atlanta did a ICE raid, but Tom Holman haven't came down here. I guess ICE did their own ICE raid here in Atlanta. But that's right, Tom. You need to come on in here and do your job. Tom, do your job. Come on down here to Atlanta and get the rest of these illegals down here in Atlanta. No, but anyway, I was driving down there, and as I was driving down there on Buford Highway, I seen these Latinos and these, well, Mexicans or whatever you want to call them. They were basically, oh, excuse me, they were waving their flags. And then on the other side, you had some black immigrants from the Caribbean, and they were also from, they were not only from the Caribbean, they were also from, Africa, whatever, right? So, but Trump basically had decided that he was going to also send back some Africans, and he is going to send back, of course, the Venezuelans, and he's sending back these Caribbeans. He's sending back a lot of these illegal immigrants that came over here, right? Now, but my point is here, my point is by seeing not only the flags that these illegal immigrants have in their car, excuse me, in their car, or at their business, or they're waving it or whatever. Here's the thing. If your country was so great and you take pride in your own country, why not just go back there to make it great? Why come to the United States and pile up on black folk and basically knowing that these white people are just doing this just to undermine our economic struggle and potential? Why come to this country to basically, just to try to get over? A lot of these people don't fight in our wars, that we have in the United States. And a lot of them didn't fight in wars, of course, as you know, during the Civil War, because none of them was here. Now, I was basically, as I was driving down here on my way to that chicken place, man. But like I said, I seen them doing this little low key protesting, and then they have to always put their little flag up, like their little Venezuelan flag or Mexico flag. I'm like, dude, if y'all really like y'all countries that much, why basically not go back? I mean, why you have to come to another country that you were not citizens of, and then just because you say, well, we pay taxes, so what? So what? That doesn't mean that just because you pay taxes, that doesn't make you a citizen of a country. You see, all of these people, now I agree with Trump on this. If you go to all these other countries, man, they're not going to just make you a citizen like we do in America. Everybody will come over here and then they'll start claiming that they got rights to citizenship just because, their kids were born here, or they pay taxes, like I said earlier. And no, we're not for that because, see, black people are owed reparations, And there was actually this white dude who admitted, he said that, we should put black people first and give them the money first before we give it to these illegal immigrants. And that's one of the first time I agree with a white man on. Now, but yeah, man, I'm like, man, they're waving their flags, right? And then when they come over here, black people, remember, we don't engage a lot with these people, man. We do not engage. Oh man, so there's quite a few people out here. Y'all must can't even get no sleep. Y'all tuning in to the Lawyers and Podcast show. y'all must be listening to me so y'all can get a good night's sleep. For y'all gotta get a work on one. That's okay. So I know y'all gonna go to sleep on me though. That's fine. No, but we got quite a few people here. Screw 2 basically typically don't give me access to everybody in the algorithm because they know they were like, that nigger, he be talking bad about these good white folks. Us good white folks, I should say. And we just gotta just limit all of the people that he gets in the algorithm. That's what we just gotta do. Oh man. No, but what I was saying was these people don't have a business partnership. I got into an argument with a man downtown, and I was saying to him, he's an old civil rights dude. And he was a Democrat. He was for the illegal immigrants. He was like, well, black folks don't want the jobs, so it's good that we're bringing them over here because, see, y'all black folks, y'all young folks, y'all don't want to work, right? Right? So they got that argument going. And then I tried to explain to him, well, see, the white boys who run these, these fields or these, the farms, they don't want to pay a healthy, decent salary. It's not that black people don't want to work or any other person, American citizen, don't want to work. Pay us a decent salary. That's all we're asking for. And he was like, young man, who did you vote for? I said, well, if I didn't really vote, but if I did vote, I would have voted for Trump. He was like, see, that's the problem with you young folks. See, y'all young folks, y'all basically don't know anything about the struggle. And what y'all do is y'all sit around and y'all always talking crazy about the Democrats. And if it wasn't for the Democrats and the civil rights movement, we wouldn't have the freedoms that we got. And so I tried to explain to him, I said, well, that's fine. I don't criticize the civil rights movement. What I'm doing is I'm criticizing the people who came after Dr. King. The people who came after Dr. King, you see what they failed to realize, of course, is that you cannot basically, what's his name, President Johnson. You see, when he signed the 1964 Civil Rights Bill, he also, after him and the president after him, and of course him, I forget the president after him, but in 1968, after Dr. King's death, they also signed this for this immigration bill, so that these illegal immigrants can start pouring in over here. You see, and that was one of the most that was the major problem, because this is the reason why the Democrats want to bring these immigrants over here so that they can undermine Black people who have built the country. And the Democrats was a part of this, right? And of course, like I was saying, going back to my argument earlier, remember, I had asked the question on my prior video. I said, well, if we are living in a multicultural society, as these good white folks are saying we are, then basically tell me, where are the multicultural partnerships? See, that's something that Amos Wilson had always asked Black people on. Okay? If you're saying that we're living in a multicultural society, well, where is the multicultural partnerships in business? See, Black people, when you bring that up, well, they basically, they don't have no answer for you, right? So what we believe then is that we can get into a multicultural partnership, have a multicultural society without the business and the economic side, which is foolish, and which is why we are on the bottom of every economic and political social ladder here in America. And so the Democrats try to basically continue that destruction by bringing these illegal immigrants over here who don't even want to do any business with us. I mean, we don't have no relationship with these people. I mean, these people will they will work. They'll see us at work, or they'll see us out and about, and like I said, they basically will think that they're better than us. And you're like, man, wait a minute. You fled from your country, and your country where all of this destruction and this chaos, and risking your life and your children's life to come over here to a country that my ancestors built, and you think that you're better than me? Oh, hell no. You see? And that's what we have to remind not only these illegal immigrants coming from Latin America or Central South America, but we have to also remind the Black immigrants of this that come from Africa and the Caribbean or the UK or whoever. You see? Yeah, we got to basically understand that, because see, what they'll do is they'll come over here, they'll get some money from these Democrats. And then they'll go and set up a business, And then they'll go around talking about that they have built themselves up from their bootstraps, where we basically look and see that the origin of how they got their money was through the American government or some type of bank that gave them the loans, you see. And that's what we're upset about, you see. And that's why they're fighting like hell in Chicago. I'm glad that they're doing that. I'm glad that they are doing that and working with ICE to get these people up out of here. Okay. All right. Tonight was the trending topics. Don't forget to leave your comments. Like, share, and subscribe. You've been listening to the Lawyers and Podcast Show. And I know a lot of y'all are going to sleep on me. A lot of y'all are going to sleep on me. I know that tonight I've been used by y'all to basically get some commentary. I know you're laying down in your bed and listening to the Lawyers and Podcast Show, and now you're ready to fall asleep. No, but I enjoyed your company tonight. We'll be coming on next week and basically talking about some more topics, but we'll basically I'll shy in and tell you what we're talking about early on before we go live again. And we'll be back to our normal, regular scheduled podcast shows talking about these good white folks. Take care.